Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Scorpio September 17, 2022. You're more likely to notice the minor problems in your life today, with the moon in your work sector opposite Uranus. Ideally, you're motivated to care for essential matters and iron out differences. However, if you're feeling a little off, you can be inclined to fret and worry. It's best to focus on one thing at a time to prevent feelings of being overwhelmed. Today's energies point to a shift of mental focus, with Mercury about to turn retrograde. The trick is your ability to rise above superficial matters and see into the person's heart behind the fumbled words. Keep things definite and straightforward for the best results. Still, there could be some stalling with household, family, learning, or transportation matters. This retrograde cycle can undoubtedly sway your thinking and change your mind about past decisions, as it allows you to see things from a different perspective. At first, you may feel inconvenienced as delays or misunderstandings seem more frequent. However, they can open your mind to new ways of expressing yourself and alert you to problem areas that need revision, review, and editing. Think in terms of evaluation and development rather than pushing something entirely new. When was the last time you made yourself a priority? As you know, the moon governs your fifth house of love, passion, pleasure, and self-expression, and it will continue to glimmer through flamboyant Taurus and your sixth house of daily rituals. This could have something to do with spending quality time with a significant other, or perhaps even yourself. However, it's Luna's direct opposition to Sirius Uranus via your secretive 12th house of closure, dreams, and unconscious patterns, creating obstacles concerning your selflessness, along with whatever you've been sacrificing for the sake of a connection. After the beautiful moon in Taurus fires up your desire to forge forward at work, you may feel like it is time to consider your commitments with a magnifying lens as the moon enters Gemini. Now that the moon is in your opposite sign, it is time to reflect on your partnerships with clients and colleagues along with your responsibilities. Utilize this perfectionistic energy to tweak your relationships to your liking. You could even allow for the moon to guide you when reviewing the terms and conditions within each professional commitment as well. You may have spent quite a bit of money lately and are holding your breath, waiting for the credit card statement to roll in. Some quick reckoning of receipts and accounts today will likely yield some wonderful news. What's most surprising is you've managed to stay within your budget. Try not to overreact to the news that you have more money than you thought. Give your wallet and checkbook some time off. Try to be more modest in your private relations. You tend to think only your views are right and show too little interest for others. This is why you're often perceived as being arrogant or complacent. You must listen to other people's points of view and get off your high horse. Try to focus on the one person, place or thing that excites you most. There's a lot of business going on all around you, probably more than you can deal with all at once. Persevering in matters of the heart is to be admired, but if you're still creating confusion through your repetitive pattern of behavior, this needs to be broken. You do have the power to make a breakthrough, and after this phase are able to adopt a more honest approach when new love possibilities become a reality. You may be tied up in knots of your own doing today, while you consider all the possibilities of how to handle the situation at hand. Your indecisiveness at this junction is debilitating, and you should do whatever you can to make a bold move in one direction or another. Whatever way you choose will be the right way, so don't worry about a thing. Untie your knots and be free. The day's vibrations will make you think about your social status. Are you really where you want to be, my friend? Do you feel exploited? Maybe it's time for the rebel to come out. Of course, you are more known for your ability to compromise, but there's nothing better than a good kick in the pant to get things in order. Be sure to take advantage of the surprise effect to get what you deserve. As happens around 3 weeks into every month, the sun is on the move, and today, his last full day in your communication sector, is putting the focus on your communications. With Mercury, the planet of communication retrograding back in 2 days after the Sun leaves and Venus returning later next week to focus more on giving your heart and your relationships a voice. There isn't the urgency there often is. Instead, the Sun is working to keep things real and authentic, while a friendly aspect to the Moon is making this a good day for all aspects of personal and professional networking. While the Sun's last full day in your communication sector is all about having the communication lines open and there is plenty of support, there is even more on the way. With Mercury, the planet of communication retrograding back just 2 days after the Sun leaves and Venus returning later next week to give your heart and your relationships a voice, today is more about having an authentic starting point. Our eyes in the sky. The Moon moves into Gemini this afternoon, and will be feeling a bit rebellious before it switches signs. You might be tempted to shirk your responsibilities in favor of activities you feel more drawn to. If you want to spend the day working on a passion project rather than a less fun task, go for it, as long as you set aside time to take care of the important business later. It's a wonderful day to reconnect with your confidence, creativity, and body. So choose an activity that supports your mind, body, and soul. Once the Moon switches signs, it puts us in a much more responsible mindset. You'll be drawn to organize your life a bit and finish up that work you blew off earlier. The mood will be both optimistic and pragmatic as you analyze the ways you can bolster your productivity. Use this energy to clean out your space, work out logistics you've been avoiding, file papers, plan for your future and tie up any loose ends. This is also a great time to reassess or revise any passion projects. Don't hold back, get moving toward the things you want. The energy here is very creative, so get experimental with your hobbies and express your artistic side. As nighttime creeps in, the Moon moves into Gemini, giving us some much-needed organizational energy. Use tonight to check your schedule and make to-do lists for the coming days. After midnight, the Taurus Moon sextiles Neptune in Pisces, synthesizing Taurian sensuality with Piscean imagination. Because many of us will be asleep at this hour, we can expect our dreams to be vivid, wherein colors, tastes, and sounds will be as real to us as they would be in waking life. We may receive creative ideas or develop a greater comprehension of spiritual truths through our reveries. Around dawn, the Moon trines Pluto in Capricorn. Waking from our slumber, we feel as though the veil between the material world and the liminal is thin. Allow your intuition to guide your choices this morning. Pay extra attention to messages relayed in conversations, as they can have profound meaning. The Moon then enters a void period lasting until the early afternoon. Remember, you do not have to be for everyone at all times. The Moon begins its void of course following this aspect, lasting until the late afternoon. Instead of airing grievances or blaming others for wounding our pride, we might determine where our gifts and talents will make the most impact. In the late afternoon, the Moon enters Gemini, ending its void of course. Over the next 2 days, our emotional terrain is governed by logic and precision. We feel our best when our routines are fleshed out. This way, we can manage tasks without succumbing to overwhelm. While this impulse to organize can help us streamline our daily lives and handle our business efficiently, life often proves unpredictable. If we are unable to rise to the occasion at a moment's notice, we should remind ourselves that we are doing the best we can under the circumstances. Discernment will get us everywhere, but overanalysis can devolve into tunnel vision.